What's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna watch a replay from yesterday. I played offline after the stream against Blade. Obviously, he kicked my ass. So we're gonna see, first of all, what I could have done better, but also I kind of just want to see how Blade played this as Ottomans as well, um, because he used a strategy that I think I want to start using as Ottomans. So we're gonna analyze all aspects of this game. So, Blade still went for military school, which is interesting. A lot of people choose not to go for military. I'm really confused about his scout just running past this deer pack. Not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, okay, he turned around. He still went for military school, which is very interesting. There's a lot of pro players and higher level players have said it's not worth it. Blade is also... Okay. That was me, not Blade. So the early game is fine, whatever. I get plenty of bounty. I get a lot of bounty, actually. So at this point, he has 9 on food, 3 on the gold out here. Oh, the spearman just can't really achieve anything right against Roos. Now, he could have come out here and been annoying here, but I still would have been able to fight it off with the villagers. The spearman actually died to my town center, so that was a mistake from Blade. This Kremlin position, I want to think about this for a minute. I thought about it way too long to place the Kremlin. My villagers were idle for a minute here. This position is fine. It makes it difficult for him to get around the backside of my base, a little bit more difficult. But I think it could have been even more forward. Like, I think I should have put it here. My deer are more protected. And then I can place my second TC here and gather this deer pack and rally back this way afterwards, maybe? What happens is I put my deer pack here, and then later I get denied off this deer pack, and then the entire game I'm kind of scared to go out for the boar. What if I did the Kremlin even more forward? What if I put it here? I'm not sure how that would go. Honestly, I put it out this far. But yeah, I definitely could have pulled it off, right? It's not a question of whether or not I can pull off building the Kremlin out here, it's... Is it even really going to be covering this deer? It would definitely be covering this deer and the gold at the very least. And... yeah. No, I think about here, actually, is where I want it. The first place I said. So I should have placed it a little bit more forward here. And I never get the boar this game, so that's a mistake. But I also just kind of felt confined to my base. So what Blade does in this game that I think is going to be... Ooh, did I really not kill this wolf or this wolf? My scout just ran past him. Well, that's a pretty big mistake there. But I think if we look at the UI, I have a really good bounty right now. I already have 315, but it could have been even better. So what Blade does in this game, forget his opening with the military school and him not going to scouts. I don't know if I like all that. But what he did in this game that I really liked was he went for a strategy where he builds a decent amount of units in feudal just to pressure, but then just goes castle behind it instead of going for a big push like Ottomans usually do. I think that's going to be the way to play Ottomans this season. I'm not 100% on that. And maybe I'll make a guide video when I'm more certain of how I think Ottomans should be played this season in the current meta. But I think this strategy from him is really smart, really strong, and something I want to be implementing in my own games. So right now I'm going for a second TC. I'm Roos, so obviously going for a second TC. And for whatever reason, I built an archery range first, maybe just because I knew there were spearmen here. But I think, honestly, I should have gone for the knight, the stable first here, and gone for a knight and tried to pressure. Even though he has spearmen in his base, I can maybe pressure the wood line and keep him off, pressure the gold a little bit, and then I can go for an archery range after I place the town center. I think that's what I should have done. Blade is prioritizing a second military school before any other building. I think this is something I need to be doing more as Ottomans. The thing about this is, like, it delays your early aggression, and you guys know I love the super early aggression. But I just don't think that strategy with Ottomans is as good as it used to be. Maybe it's best to just focus on getting this up as early as possible, because he's got it at like 615, which is really good. Double producing Sipahi and a stable, wow, so he's really just going for Sipahi to raid at this point. And these gremlins are out here defending the TC, but if I was properly scouting, these gremlins would have just ran to attack his stone. And now by the time they get there, they're probably just going to be close to death, close to just disappearing. Because, yeah, I was worried about this TC, but he doesn't really have units right now, right? And, I think I just would have been better off attacking with these gremlins, because then these archers as well. All at once at the same time. I was worried about attacking with the archers because I had already scouted the stable, and I also knew Sipahi would be coming out of the military school soon. So that's why I didn't attack with the archers just yet. I was trying to kind of hide them in the stealth forest. But he's going to see it with his scout. So overall, I wish these archers were a knight. I wish I had led with a knight. That's the biggest takeaway so far, I think. I wish I had led with a knight. My Kremlin could have been a little bit further forward. Other than that, I don't think I've made too many mistakes just yet. But yeah, I wish it was a knight, even though he has the spears here. And now the Sipahi's coming, and these things are just going to expire. I pulled them back for whatever reason. They should have gone to defend the archers a little bit quicker here. And he picks off an archer for free. Not the end of the world, but not what I want to happen either, right? My villagers auto-queued onto the gold here, and I had to manually move them back to the deer, so it's okay. I already have my survival techniques, which is good. That's a mistake I make a lot, is not getting that early enough. And right now, I'm hurting for food, which, of course, the second TC did just go down, but I think I put too many on gold here. I think this could have been like 4 on gold. Because I already have the upgrades I want, right? I have survival techniques, wheelbarrow, double rod X, fertilization, and I still have a little bit too much gold. But we're getting a stable down, or we're getting a knight out now, and we got a second stable down, so I'm not in a bad position yet. But I wondered if this raid did anything. Because I didn't get to watch this, I was focused on my base. Obviously, I was focused on my base. His archers are, attacking this for free. Something else, the more forward Kremlin maybe helps a little bit with that, if it's up here. I also think that, just getting a wooden fortress up, like, right in this area could have been nice. It's hard to decide about that. But one thing's for sure, I needed knights out earlier, and my archers never accomplished anything, so I could be going pure knights right now, because he's archer Sipahi, pure knights would destroy. So I made unit comp mistakes. Those are the biggest mistakes I made. Now we have 2 stables producing. Like, honestly, could maybe produce out of a 3rd one at this point. I would need more villagers on gold. But really, I should be, like, just focused, and my archery range isn't producing. It probably should be, but I think I should be focusing all knights right now. But at this point, like, he's already, like, attacking this. So I'm already gonna lose a villager, I think, and also have a lot of idle time. And then on this end, I don't think I killed a villager. I did idle his gold. But when I saw this many villagers on gold, I already kind of knew he was going to probably go castle. Yeah, that's a lot of idle time right there. That hurts. And I just don't have anything to push this back right now. I just don't have enough units. So, I know we're analyzing, like, the smallest little things, but this is, you know, this is the difference between me and Blade, right? There's more, but these are the things, and they add up, and it's why I lose. So this was risky, but I really needed to be gathering deer, and he was just constantly pushing me off of these, right? So I just went out for that. I risked it for the biscuit. I should have led with a wooden fortress out here. I don't know what I'm thinking. Should have built a wooden fortress, like, here, and then my hunting cabin should go right here in the middle of all the deer, instead of where it went. So very small things that could have made a decent difference there. And I almost have enough knights to fight this off, but I'm spending my gold to get these knights, and it's a heavy investment. Blade has cut unit production completely at this point. It's very interesting that he already made these 3 archery ranges into barracks, and then he just cut unit production to go for castle. I wonder if maybe, like, this wood could have been used to get him to castle faster? Or, like, on one of the archery ranges, at least, like... I don't know. Doesn't matter too much, though. So he's already idled me a good bit, and forced me to move, and then I don't defend these villagers, which is a big mistake. And, at this point, he's just going castle, right? He's about to be there. Resource-wise, and I'm nowhere near castle. No, I did invest in a 2nd TC, so that's where I'm trying to get my advantage. I almost have enough knights to take this fight, but he's just backing up now, so... Yeah, still, this wolf that I missed is haunting me a little bit. But I was very sure he was going castle now, because I scouted, like, 10 villagers on the gold. So at this point, I'm about to cut production and go for castle myself. So going for a 2nd TC was not a mistake at all, by the way. Like, you should definitely be going for a 2nd TC against Ottomans in this matchup. Just in case, you know, I hadn't talked about that much, but just wanted to put that out there. I don't think I got anything done with this raid. Not this one, actually. There's another raid coming up in a minute that I think I threw away too many knights and didn't really achieve too much. He's out here checking the berries, which I haven't moved out for yet. I think in this transition time, I have a ton of food, right? Like 500 extra food. I think in this transition time, I should have taken the boar. This is when I should have taken the boar for sure. And, yeah, this is when I should have taken the boar for sure. I could easily get out here, get a wooden fortress down, get the boar. And also have a wooden fortress on this gold for later, which wouldn't be too bad at all. I should also probably be walling this, because I know that Blade has pulled back most of his units, right? So at this point in time, I should be walling, and I have so many wood lines right here, it's insane. I have just one wall here, one wall here, one wall here, there, and my resources are super protected. And I have the wood for it too, right? So pretty soon here I'm going to go in with these knights and achieve basically nothing, I'm pretty sure. I went for this Abbey of the Trinity, but that was a mistake. I knew he was going castle before me. And I also had good places to put High Trade House. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure he didn't get too many relics, and I also just wanted to age up without thinking too much about where to place a High Trade House or have too much walking distance. So that's why I went Abbey of Trinity, but it was a mistake. I should have been planning further ahead. And if I had thought about it more, I mean, I would have put a High Trade House right here. So, even right here would be okay. Either one of those is probably better than this Abbey of Trinity in this situation, because he's getting up ahead of me with, I'm sure he went for it, the Imam Vizier point. Maybe? Maybe he went for it? Maybe he goes for it in a second here? Yeah, either way, it should have been a High Trade House over here, or ideally right here. So this is where I go in for the raid, and I kind of want to see what happens here, because I feel like I fucked up. I should have at least killed one villager there, and then I turned around for a split second. Okay, so at this point, I haven't taken too much damage, but something happens here where I end up taking a... I think maybe they stop out here. Also, not building the wooden tower out here is super haunting me right now. So I'm losing vills. Not good. And yeah, it looks like I had my knights queued to come out here, and then they just started turning around and fighting because I didn't have another order for them. And it looks like I lose 1, 2, 3. 3 knights for basically for free, and I took a lot of damage on the other knights. So that was a really big moment where Blade pulled ahead, and the destroyed value you can see. And the worker kills. He just got 7 worker kills, guys. So that was major, major. And lots of idle time because I had to pull off these deer and move back to the other deer. I would say that's where the big disparities came in, was during that transition time. He just wraps his horsemen around and finds tons of value in my base, while I'm running around with my knights in his base and just kind of like, I don't think I didn't get a single worker kill, and I lost knights. And those little things are going to make a big difference. And I still haven't gone for this boar. I really need this food income. And also, this wooden fortress is, like, it should have been a wall, right? Like I said, I should have walled all of this. And then I wouldn't need a wooden fortress back here, and I can also gather these berries safely. I think the hunting cabin should go here at first to gather this, or could even maybe go in between the berry patches. Shouldn't go there. Now I'm taking this fight with a few knights against... I mean, I feel like a few knights should win that, but the attack range on these Sipahi now is so insane. So I end up running away with those knights, because I felt like I was losing the fight, and I was. Were they veteran? They're not even... are not even upgraded yet, and they just traded with the knights that well. That's kind of insane. Are the new Sipahi just insane? I got my first worker kill, but it was in exchange for one knight, so that works out in the favor of Blade. And then my final mistake, nail in the coffin. I should know the second he's hitting Castle Age as Ottomans, he's going to have mangonels on the way. I have the wood. I should probably be dropping a siege workshop and get ready to prep Springolds right now. So, yeah. This game's already over now. You guys will see how it plays out. I'm gonna go into 2x, but I think I've seen, like, I've seen a lot of things I could have done better, so this has been a good little analysis. And I really do like the strategy that Blade is going for with the make a decent amount of units in castle and do a little bit of pressure, but then just, or in feudal, I'm sorry, and then just go into castle. I do like this strategy. Did he not get the Imam's Vizier? Still? He's not, it doesn't seem like he's even worried about relics. And let's see what his Vizier points are. No Imams. Just extra sheep and mining speed. Okay. And the military campus. So an extra military school. And he just made a mosque to get relics. Maybe he just didn't get many sheep at the beginning of the game? I'm not sure. Or maybe he went for Anatolian Hills because he just didn't want to expose himself on the map as he was trying to get up to castle. But I'm trying to fight over this one relic, and I can't even get this one relic, so I end up caving. I just get this one. I probably should have tried to get this. I could have probably got it. I should have just left this alone, because he's got his entire army here. And just gone for this relic way earlier over here. I also should have gone High Trade House, like we talked about earlier. If I go High Trade House, and I take this boar, then I'm still in the game, probably. I think those two things. And also, the leading with knights early on could have made a big difference. Not having, having Springolds would have made a big difference. Going back to caster mode, sorry, I forgot I switched off. But yeah, this is where Blade is ready to end the game. He's mining stone for keep. And my crossbows are wandering too far forward, and now that the mangonels are here, I'm actually screwed. All he has to do is defend these mangonels. Like, I could try to snipe it with knights, but I would just be throwing away so many knights. And you can see at this point in the game, my town center is paying off, and I'm catching up in army. I'm just a few steps behind. I don't have the Springolds yet. I don't have a siege workshop to deal with this. And I'm running out of food completely, right? Because he got a big raid over here, prevented me from gathering this, that we missed. And now I'm coming out here, and I'm building the wooden fortress that should have gone up eons ago for a deer carcass with 26 food on it, and then 2 other deer carcasses. And I still haven't got the boar. If I have High Trade House and I have boar income, and I walled to protect these berries and all this, I wouldn't be running out of food right now. If I drop my siege workshop, I could have a few Springolds. I'm overgathering gold as well, so my macro is bad. I could have more villagers on the food. These berries out here. I also should be transitioning to farm slowly at this point, probably. So yeah, there's 10 million things that I could have done better, but at this point, when the keep goes up, I just went ahead and forfeit because I was completely out of food. I didn't have Springolds for the mangonels, I didn't have trebuchets for the keep, and I didn't even have a siege workshop to start working on those things. And I also needed wood for, like, a farm transition. I didn't feel like I could go out for the spore, although maybe I could have got away with it, but even now it's like it's too little too late. Like this should have been gathered earlier. So yeah, I just went ahead and forfeit at this point. Um, just because, yeah, I couldn't take a fight. I couldn't stop the keep from going up, and I don't know. Now it's possible I could have kept playing from there, but I don't think so because Blade was going to be constantly producing units with his food income and his map control and free units. And overall, he's just in a way better spot than me. Um, I wasn't going to be able to produce units because I was out of food, and I needed I needed wood for like a farm transition and for siege all at the same time. So yeah, I felt like the game was over, and I just went ahead and forfeited. But I think we learned a lot from that replay. I learned a lot from that replay. Hopefully you guys learned some useful things as well. So that's gonna be it for the replay review today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you all, and I know that lots of people who watch the videos aren't subscribed, so if you could just click that subscribe button. Um, you'll get to see my new videos as they drop every day, and it helps me out a lot because YouTube does not monetize your channel until you get 1,000 subs. So, yeah, I appreciate you all, and have a good one.